Have you ever noticed that some guys seem to naturally draw women in with a magnetic pull that feels effortless? Maybe you've seen it with friends, or maybe you've felt it yourself. That electric connection when she leans in, curious, wondering what's coming next. What makes this so captivating? It all boils down to understanding tension, a powerful, invisible force that sparks curiosity and leaves someone wanting more. We've all had moments of tension with someone special. Think of that quiet pause after a compliment or joke when your eyes meet and neither of you looks away, or that slight rush when another guy steps up and starts talking to her while you're right there. Now imagine a story where every chapter ends on a cliffhanger, with each moment leaving you eager to turn the page. What if you could be that story? What if you could become the guy who not only shows his interest, but holds back just enough, building that irresistible sense of anticipation? That, my friend, is the power of tension. And while most men think winning a woman's heart is all about proving their devotion endlessly, the truth is more nuanced. You might find that just when she suddenly withdraws her attention or delays her response to your message, most guys instinctively rush to fill the gap or break the silence, trying to make everything comfortable again. Yet there's an art to allowing space, to letting the unknown linger. Psychologically, the concept of tension taps into something known as the Zeigarnik effect, which states that people remember unfinished tasks better than completed ones. The idea is simple. When a situation feels unresolved or carries a hint of mystery, people invest more in seeking closure. They can't stop thinking about it. In terms of attraction, tension works in much the same way. When you create moments of unresolved attraction, it sticks in her mind. Her curiosity builds, driving her to seek that closure by getting closer to you. Samuel Johnson put it best: curiosity is, in great and generous minds, the first passion and the last. That very sense of curiosity drives desire. Most guys fall into the trap of being too available, believing that by always being there, they're showing their commitment. But the truth is, availability doesn't create attraction, scarcity does. Think about your favorite movie. It's probably not the one where you know every twist beforehand, right? The thrill, the unknown, that slight edge of uncertainty is what keeps you glued to the screen. In relationships, being overly available can smother that sense of anticipation. When you're always present, there's no room for her to wonder, no room for mystery. And mystery is powerful. It creates the unknown and leaves her wanting to come back to discover more. Thomas Fuller once said, "Absence sharpens love. Presence strengthens it." So creating a little absence might just be the perfect ingredient to make your presence truly felt. Steps to build healthy tension that makes her pursue. You ready to master the art of tension without resorting to games or mind tricks? The tension secret that makes her chase you and become addicted to you instantly. Let's get started. Number 1, find peace, or are you looking for death? Isn't it strange? We tend to believe that keeping things smooth and easy will lock in stability within relationships. But here's the paradox. This endless chase for comfort might just be the quiet force eroding attraction. Picture this. In our quest to minimize tension, we might unintentionally create a space where desire, excitement, and yes, even mystery fade out. Now, comfort is great, no question. But too much? It's like pouring water over a flame. It smothers desire. Attraction needs a spark, a bit of tension, a touch of the unknown, and even at times, some discomfort. Imagine a man who rushes to smooth out every rough edge, quick to ease any awkward silence. Seeing her stop talking, he quickly asked with concern, "What's the matter?" While he might think he's showing care, he may unknowingly signal discomfort with uncertainty or tension. Yet for many, it's in those unspoken moments, those subtle tensions, where curiosity and intrigue thrive. We're drawn to those who can sit in the unknown, who don't need every moment wrapped up neatly. It's a reminder that mystery is magnetic. Leave her wondering a bit about what's on your mind. Be someone comfortable with a touch of unpredictability, the one who doesn't always show his next move. This balance, this gentle tension, isn't about creating distance. It's about keeping the spark alive. A little mystery keeps us reaching out, excited about what might lie beyond our sight. And maybe, just maybe, that's the real secret to staying intrigued. Number 2, accept stress as the foundation of attraction. The conversation flows smoothly, then suddenly, silence. You look at each other, locked in an intense gaze, the kind that speaks volumes. But instead of embracing it, fear kicks in. You start rambling, filling the air with nervous chatter, breaking the delicate tension that had settled in so perfectly. If you've ever waited for that one magical moment with someone you can't get out of your mind, you'll understand that feeling, as if the universe finally aligns and you're just floating in it. You've been texting back and forth, lighthearted and fun, and you think, this is it. I've won her over. So you text her confidently, I'd love to see you tonight, expecting her to mirror that excitement. But then, silence. Not a single response. The next morning, you stare at your phone, still waiting for a reply that hasn't come. You'll skip the embarrassing details, but let's just say it went overboard. You might even have dropped the L word, and predictably it didn't end well. Her response? A polite, "Thank you, that's sweet." You try to salvage it by suggesting a meetup that evening, and she politely declines, claiming she's tired and suggesting maybe another night. Just like that, the spark that once burned so brightly flickers out. That moment you overreached, you lost the magic that made it all so captivating. So my friend, what happened in this situation? Why did you lose that spark? Please comment so we can be clearer. Here's where many men go wrong. Real connection needs tension. Every meaningful interaction has that electric moment of tension before escalating, whether it's a kiss, a hint at something deeper, or simply leaning in a bit closer. That moment is filled with potential and thrill, and too often men freeze. They overthink, doubt themselves, and do nothing at all. Hesitation is the death of attraction. It tells her you're not confident in your own desire. And if you don't believe in yourself, why should she? Embrace the unknown. Silence isn't a gap to be filled. It's an invitation to be bold. That tension, that delicate, fragile space where words aren't necessary, is where real attraction lives. It's where you show her that you're not afraid to take a risk. And when you do, you become unforgettable. Remember, a confident pause speaks louder than 1,000 anxious words. It's a moment that says, I'm here, I'm sure, and I'm not backing down. And that's exactly where you need to be. Number 3, stay calm in the face of oppression. You will defeat a powerful enemy. In the world of dating, there's a powerful force that often goes unnoticed: tension. It's something many men try to avoid, but what I've learned through hard-earned lessons is that tension isn't the enemy. In fact, it's the secret ingredient to attraction. The discomfort you feel, the uncertainty, the anticipation, isn't a problem to be solved. It's a feature, not a bug. Let me take you into a scenario that might hit close to home. Imagine being stuck in the friend zone, the backup guy. You're the one she calls when things fall apart with someone else, the shoulder to cry on, the safety net. But you want more. You want to be the guy she thinks of first, the one she's drawn to, not the one who's just there when it's convenient. So, you try to show her you care. You plan a weekend hangout, a thoughtful gesture to prove you're serious. But here's the kicker. Cancel those plans. No explanation, no second chances. Just leave her hanging. Let her wonder. Let her sit with that uncomfortable silence. Ask herself, did I do something wrong? Is he mad at me? Has he moved on to someone else? Don't smooth things over. Don't rush to explain yourself. That mystery, that uncertainty, that's the tension that will stir something in her. Here's where most men get it wrong. They fall into what I call the comfort paradox. They believe that by eliminating every awkward moment, by smoothing over any discomfort, they'll win her over. They think that being predictable, being safe, will make them more desirable. But here's the truth. Attraction thrives on uncertainty. It thrives on tension. Think about the most exciting movies, the gripping books, the stories that keep you on the edge of your seat. What do they all have in common? They're built on risk, on suspense, on uncertainty. It's this element of the unknown that makes them unforgettable. The same applies to dating. Women are drawn to men who are unpredictable, who leave them wondering what will happen next. But why do so many men feel the need to text her again when she doesn't respond, or declare their feelings the moment they feel a spark? It's fear. Fear of rejection, fear of conflict, fear of losing her. But this kind of behavior reeks of neediness. It screams insecurity. It creates a sense of desperation. And believe me, desperation is never attractive. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." So when she doesn't respond to your message, how do you react? Most men will double down, send another message, try to break the silence, but here's the power move: don't. Let her feel what it's like to be uncertain. Let her wonder where you are, what you're doing, who you're with. This is where you stop playing by the rules of comfort and start embracing the unpredictability of tension. If she texts you, "Are we still talking?" Don't panic. Don't scramble to reassure her. Instead, let her feel the weight of that question. Let her feel a bit of uncertainty, because tension is a spark, not a problem. It keeps her engaged. It keeps her intrigued. Now let's be real. Embracing tension isn't easy. It's uncomfortable. You might be tempted to jump in and smooth things over, to eliminate that awkward silence, but this is where real confidence comes in. Confidence isn't about filling every void with words or actions. It's about being okay with the unknown. It's about sitting with that discomfort, knowing that it doesn't need to be fixed. In fact, it's what makes you stand out. Think about it. If a woman ignores your texts, what do? Do you send follow-ups, trying to fill in the gaps? Or do you pause, take a breath, and let the space linger? Oscar Wilde famously said, "The suspense is terrible. I hope it will last." And he was right. The suspense is what keeps us coming back for more. It's what makes the story interesting. It's what makes her think, what's next? In dating, as in storytelling, tension is essential. It's the fuel that keeps attraction burning. Predictability leads to boredom. Comfort leads to complacency. But the unknown, the mystery, that's what keeps the flame alive. So next time you feel the urge to rush in, to explain yourself, or to erase the tension, pause. Step back. Embrace the discomfort. Let her wonder. Let her question. Let her miss you. Because it's not just about keeping her interested. It's about creating a space where attraction can thrive. The best part? Tension isn't something to avoid. It's something to master. And when you do, you'll find that the game of attraction becomes far more exciting than you ever imagined. Number 4, don't surrender with the gift of sorry compensation. In relationships, embracing tension and desire isn't about flexing control or overpowering others. It's about leaning into the tension rather than sidestepping it. Picture a man who doesn't shy away from moments of disagreement or playful sparring with a woman. He's not bending over backward to be the nice guy, showering her with endless gifts. He's the man who stands firm, radiating confidence and strength, even when the pressure rises. This is the thrill that men and women seek. For men, it often takes a visual form. completely normal. But for women, the allure lies in the stories, rich and charged with intensity. A woman, perhaps without even realizing it, is drawn to a partner who holds steady when things get tough. She naturally gravitates toward a man who stays calm under pressure, who can navigate chaos and guide her through uncertainty. When a man panics at the first sign of discomfort, or hesitates to act because it might be too soon, he'll struggle to hold her attention. Imagine this. You're texting a woman, and her replies grow distant. Instead of bombarding her with questions like, "Is everything okay?" or "Did I say something wrong?" take a deep breath and give her the space she needs. Or maybe you tell a joke, and she doesn't laugh right away. The insecure move would be to nervously add, "Just kidding." The confident move. Keep steady eye contact, let the silence speak, and trust that your presence is enough. A common pitfall is over-apologizing. Apologies have weight when they're warranted, but they lose their power when overused, like saying, "Ooh, sorry if that was too direct," or "I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable." These habits reveal insecurity and a need for approval. If you're constantly seeking reassurance with questions like, "Are we good?" or "Did you enjoy the date?" it signals neediness and can erode attraction. Embracing tension doesn't mean fostering arrogance. It means showing the quiet confidence of someone who knows their worth. Imagine a playful moment when she teases you with, "I bet you didn't come here alone." The confident answer. A sly smile and, "Oh, I wonder where they went." This quick-witted response shows you're unfazed, can match her energy, and are secure in who you are. Women instinctively test your ability to handle stress. It's often an unconscious gauge of your stability. So how do you respond when the tension builds? Do you chuckle nervously or remain calm? Do you rush to fill the silence or keep eye contact and let the moment settle? If you want to practice this, test your own tolerance for tension. Hold eye contact for 2 extra seconds. Pause 5 seconds before responding in conversations. Delay replying to a text for at least an hour. Notice how these subtle shifts change the energy around you. Your comfort zone is like a gilded cage, safe but stifling. To grow in any area of life, you must embrace discomfort. The late writer Joseph Campbell famously said, "The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Instead of dodging it, step inside. As you do, you'll find that attraction, confidence, and success start to flow naturally." Are you ready to lean into tension and see how it transforms not just your romantic life, but every area of your life? Confidence in relationships means having the courage to give her space, even when it feels uncomfortable. Let her come to you when she's ready, rather than trying to pull her in by force. Lean into the uncertainty, trust the tension, and watch how it shapes your connection and strengthens your own resilience. Number 5, the silent conspiracy, the secret tool to make her want you more. Silence is a source of great strength. Lao Tzu. Mastering silence can feel like an art, yet many people fear quiet moments in conversations. Imagine this. You're at a party, in a conversation, and suddenly, silence. What's your instinct? Do you feel the need to fill the space with small talk or quick remarks? This common reaction often signals discomfort and disrupts the natural flow of connection. Silence, while it can feel awkward, is one of the most underrated tools for building intrigue. When you allow pauses to exist, they create a natural rhythm in the interaction, stirring curiosity and even prompting the other person to lean in. Why? Because a well-placed silence conveys that you're comfortable with yourself, that you don't need to prove yourself with constant words. Think about it. Silence builds suspense. It's like a pause in a song before the beat drops. It grabs attention. And in social interactions, this pause can amplify emotions, making someone feel genuinely heard and even inspiring a deeper level of engagement. Here's a tip. Next time you're talking with someone, Try this. When she shares something meaningful, pause. Let silence fill the space naturally. This thoughtful pause shows that you're truly absorbing what she's saying. It's a kind of quiet that subtly invites her to continue, maybe even sharing more than she initially planned. This nuanced act of listening often creates an emotional connection that goes far beyond what words could achieve. In this way, silence is more than just the absence of sound. It's a statement. It says, I am comfortable here, I'm listening, and I'm present. Believe it or not, that's an attractive quality. By keeping distance and allowing silence, you demonstrate resilience. Instead of impulsively reacting, you are thoughtfully building the foundation of trust. And in modern dating, trust and authenticity are key. In the midst of that pause, she may start to wonder, what's he thinking? Or, why isn't he rushing to speak? This mystery often draws people in, building a connection based on genuine interest, not forced conversation. A pause shows that you are truly listening. Many men think quick responses show engagement, but they often come off as rushed. A brief pause indicates you're carefully considering her words, which shows respect and presence. Silence may make you feel vulnerable, but embracing it actually conveys confidence. Use it to show that you're not afraid of a little discomfort. True confidence lies in embracing every moment, not just the easy ones. Trust isn't built through grand gestures or constant chatter. Often it's built in the quiet moments, in the shared silence where two people can simply be. When you handle silence well, it's almost like saying, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. This kind of assurance is rare and incredibly appealing. Practical tip. Next time you feel the urge to fill silence with words, hold back. Instead, meet her gaze, give a slight smile, and take a breath. You may be surprised at how this subtle, confident action draws her in, making her feel truly seen and appreciated. When used skillfully, silence becomes a magnet. It draws people in, leaves them wanting more, and allows for moments of mutual understanding. So next time you're in a conversation, think of silence not as a gap to fill, but as an invitation to build curiosity, trust, and a deeper connection. Number 6, don't settle for a compromise that is disadvantageous to you. Affirming yourself as a person of high value in conversation is a powerful yet subtle tool for building attraction, especially if you can avoid the easy trap of reshaping your interests to align with hers right away. Imagine this. You're talking to a woman who's passionate about jazz. She's sharing how deeply jazz resonates with her. It's like the soundtrack to her life. Now, it would be easy to think, if I want her to like me, maybe I should say I like jazz too. So you say, I really enjoy jazz too, hoping to create common ground and avoid any potential disconnect. But in doing so, you've just reshaped your preferences to align with hers, unintentionally signaling that her opinion matters more than your own. In the dynamics of dating, the person who shifts their identity to match the other often comes across as having lower social value. Instead, imagine responding with confidence in your own interests. You know, I'm actually more into rock. It has this energy that just gets me fired up. By stating your authentic preference, you're showing that you're comfortable in your own skin. You're creating a subtle but powerful tension, showing both confidence and self-assuredness. This doesn't mean being disagreeable for the sake of it. It means staying true to who you are. People, including her, tend to be drawn to those who hold their ground and are genuine. When she starts adjusting her approach to align with yours, perhaps asking more about rock or showing curiosity in your tastes, that's a sign she's investing in the conversation. She's unconsciously beginning to seek your approval, shifting the dynamic. Instead of being the one seeking her acceptance, you become someone with a clear sense of worth, a position that encourages her to earn your attention. But what if she doesn't seem interested right away? Suppose she responds cautiously, saying something like, "Why would I tell you that?" Or, "I don't usually share that with people I just met." This caution might be her way of testing if you're the kind of person worth opening up to. Staying calm here is key. Respond in a way that shows openness without appearing overly invested in her reaction. For example, you could reply, "That's totally fine. I actually find a bit of mystery pretty intriguing." This keeps the tone light and shows that her reluctance doesn't shake your confidence. Psychologically, this dynamic ties into the concept of investment. People value what they invest in, and as she starts putting effort into the conversation, whether by showing interest in your passions or playfully responding to your light teasing, she's unconsciously increasing her interest level. If she responds positively to your lead, you can gauge her level of investment with simple, playful prompts like, "I've noticed that people who love a little adventure make the best companions. Would you agree?" This kind of prompt encourages her either to agree with your sentiment or to share her perspective. If she agrees, she's affirming her interest in your values. If not, she's revealing something unique about herself, keeping the conversation engaging and dynamic. A great conversation is rarely just about words. It's about setting the stage for a meaningful connection. Confidence is a core component here, and as Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be one." By showing your true self and demonstrating your worth without needing external validation, you become inherently attractive. So instead of trying to latch onto every possible commonality, embrace the tension that comes from two unique people discovering each other, each with their own interests and values. This creates a natural pull. She'll feel intrigued, wondering who you are and what fuels your confidence. And if you see her gradually leaning into your world, showing hints of admiration or curiosity, that's when you know the attraction is real. It's not built on shallow alignment, but on genuine interest and emotional investment. Remember, being true to yourself is one of the most attractive qualities you can bring to any interaction. The mystery of who you are and what you stand for invites her to pursue, to discover, and to value the real you. So if you're ready to see the tension secret that makes her chase you in action, remember, it's all about creating that right mix of intrigue, challenge, and excitement. When you understand the psychology behind attraction, you'll start to notice how simple actions can ignite intense interest. It's about making her feel like she's earned your attention and subtly weaving in those psychological tricks to make her chase you naturally. If this resonates with you and you're excited to keep learning about powerful insights like these, please show your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to the Stoic Goddess, and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss another incredible video. Thank you for watching and see you next time.